All right, time for another Nerdy Virgin podcast that I'm recording the day before Monday, because I always try to release it on Monday. And instead of frantically doing it Monday night, I'm doing it the day before, which would be, you guessed it, Sunday. I'm doing it as I walk. I'm killing two birds with one stone. Podcasting and mild exercise. During the day this time. Lovely afternoon walk. So I've been, before I get into that, I just passed by a Volkswagen Beetle, the new Beetle. I've always been a fan of the new Beetle. I like how it's designed. And I gotta say that, I gotta say this. I think that Bumblebee should have been a Beetle in the Transformers movie. I understand they had a contract with was it, I think, Ford? No, or was it Chevy? I think it was GM or one of them. Yeah, because what was he in the movie? He was the muscle car. It wasn't the Mustang, it was the, oh boy. It was he wasn't the Corvette. Oh, this is going to bother me. I'm going to have to look it up. At any rate, he wasn't, because they had the contract with one of those car companies. They did not make him the Volkswagen Beetle. Although I think he was the Beetle when they did the Bumblebee solo movie, right? I don't know. Which I never saw. I fell off at Transformers. I don't think I saw the last two. There comes a point in a man's life where he has to put down the Transformers and pick up the 401k plan. That's patently not true. Maybe I should go back and have a watch. I think I fell off because I think one of the most recent ones, Optimus Prime, was evil for a while, or it got turned evil. And it was very dramatic and depressing. I never like watching my heroes. Oh, wait. Was it a... Oh, I'm walking by the... Oh, it was a Mustang, right? But I thought the Mustang was a Ford Mustang. This is gonna... Because I'm walking by one right now. No, he wasn't the Ford Mustang. The cop Transformer was the Ford Mustang. Bumblebee was the Chevy something. It was the Chevy sports car, but not the Corvette. Wasn't the Caprice. That would be a totally different character. He wouldn't be the fighting Autobot, the valiant Autobot soldier if he was a Chevy Caprice. He would be the Autobot who does all the shopping. Be the Autobot who works in the accounts receivable. Totally different Transformers film. That one would be much more of a quiet meditation on middle age. Working in the accounts receivable with all the other Autobots sitting next to a Honda Civic. And the Honda Civic is saying, if only I was an EX, but I'm an LX. The way I'm treated because I don't have a moonroof. Whole other movie. I could just sit here and Google it, but this is why I'm so angry that I have to get old. Because I knew what this was at some point. I knew what kind of car it was. And I can't spend the whole podcast trying to remember the name of the car. Number one, I've done that in other podcasts, and I don't think it's working for me. Oh, it'll come to me. maybe. But at any rate, how am I doing? I'm making do. Try to outrun my insanity by keeping myself busy. I came to the conclusion that's really the only way I can keep going, is just to keep myself busy. It's probably not the healthiest way to do it. I probably should be meditating and allowing my mind to come to stillness so I can remember the name of the car. Oh, you know what? I think it is a Camaro. Maybe it was the Camaro. Chevy Camaro? I think it was the... I just... You know what? I have to Google it. I'm just going to Google it. What kind of car was Bumblebee? What kind of car is Bumblebee? Camaro. It was a Camaro. It was a Camaro. Oh, I feel better. That was gonna eat away at me. I guessed it right. You know why I get confused? Because the Camaro, his Camaro, looks like the Mustang. And when I think of the Camaro, I think of the Camaro in Knight Rider, which was much more sleek. Very confusing. Incredibly confused. That's what's going on. So I'm sitting there. My brain is having trouble. My brain is always having trouble. They need to work on their siding. I'm walking through the neighborhood right now, and there's some siding issues. Could use a paint job. And the kids are playing right now. And some domestic strife going on. They're just learning how to communicate. That's all that's happening. They're learning how to communicate. They're siblings who are learning how to communicate. And soon what they'll learn is that instead of hitting each other, they will say condescending, passive-aggressive remarks that will provide a lifetime of emotional scarring. That's how you grow up. That's how you mature. Camaro. He was the Camaro, thank God. All right, so I wasn't even... Here's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm trying to teach myself, slowly but surely, PHP code so that I can help work on the website at work. And it's very... It's the opposite of what the coding people do in the movies. You know, you sit down at the computer and go, nuclear code's disarmed. Right? Well, you can't disarm a code. I got a lot to learn about code. Nuclear bomb disarmed. There. It's basically me going, all right, there's a $sign and a word that I think is fetch a sock. All right, now I got to Google that. What does that mean? Fetch an array. Fetch a string. What's a string? The website sells tickets to comedy shows. What string? Oh, God. Boolean. You know, that's a word that means something math related. I gotta learn what that means. I think Boolean. It's probably the math that I don't remember ever coming across Boolean. I think one of my math teachers mentioned it and then said, but don't worry, class, none of you will ever. That's maybe one or two of you at some point, but the rest of you, it's just fine. Just write your name correctly on the test and go home. America. So I'm kind of, it's the coding version of hunting and pecking. That's what I'm doing. But I do find, in a way, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily relaxing, but it is, once I figure it out, it's exciting. And I don't know, I thought it was going to be more math. And there is math involved. But in a way, it's more like learning a language. And it's the kind of thing where I can already tell if I don't do it a lot, I'm going to slip. And I'll be sitting there going, all right, was it Fetch a Sock or Camaro? Was it Camaro or Mustang? That's what I'm going to be doing as I'm entering middle age. Somebody said to me, oh, you're only 40. Now there's no only anymore. I'm 40. There's no only. I've been around long enough to where if I can't figure it out now, well, I'm being a tad hyperbolic. The only good thing is that the older I get, the more I just don't care. That's the beauty of it. It's coming, slowly but surely, it's coming. Dealing with 20-year-olds and they care, and they should care, and I'm glad that they care. And they're stressed because they care. I'm still kind of in that. But then there are days where I can not care. And then I'm not stressed. And I look at them and I think, you know what? It's your turn to be stressed. You try it. Here. You figure it out. You take the PHP code. The next thing I got to learn is the if this, then this. This is another aspect of coding where if something happens that you don't want to happen, or if there's a data that's missing, you have to tell the computer what to do if there's no data. Otherwise, the computer is going to go, I can't, I don't know. It's not, there's no headshot. There's no comedian headshot. I don't know. I got nothing. And you have to tell the computer, okay, if there's no headshot, then you have to put up this picture that says, that's just a generic picture of a question mark. Just put up this generic picture if there's no headshot. Okay, great. Now, how do I tell you how to do that? I don't know. I think it's if and something. If this equals not that, then do this. That's why I got a lot to learn with the coding. That exact syntax ain't going to get me too far. All right. I'm getting to the top of my little hill that I walk every day. As an 85-year-old man, it's important that I walk 2 miles a day to keep myself healthy. I'm also going maskless for the first time. I don't even have one in my pocket, which is... I feel naughty. I feel naughty and naked. Oh my goodness, I don't have my mask with me. Oh yeah. Probably going to need it in a week. Is that what's happening? Nobody knows. I guess if it keeps mutating into something that's not so bad, it's over. But if it mutates into something that's much worse, we'll be right back in the same boat. Fantastic. Truly fantastic. Or, hey, there might be another one. They really should come up with a universal vaccine for these coronaviruses. But then there'll just be another kind of virus that comes around. A Schmippel virus, or whatever they're going to call it. And that's the nature of life. We're on a planet where everything is trying to kill us. And now we are killing the planet. So you could make the argument that the planet started it. But that's being incredibly reductive. It's a give and a take, man. It's an ebb and a flow. You know, death begets life, life begets death. It's all part of the cycle. You just change form and become something else. You change form and become something else that gets annoyed about different things. And thus the circle of life continues. I guess the lion would be the king in The Lion King. I believe he is the apex predator. But if they're going strictly by apex predators, I mean, technically, I hate it, and I'm not in agreement on this, but technically man should be king, the human race. That we need to see we need to see a Lion King movie where a human walks in and says, "Yeah, I'm Herb Johnson. I'm a human. We're taking over. This is ours now. But I'm the one true king. Well, I have the one true shotgun. So, oh, the one true king. You belong in the one true zoo. Well, let's go." And none of them lived happily ever after. The animals were depressed. The humans were depressed. They were more in denial about it, but they were depressed. And the circle of life ground to a halt, and the earth transformed into a barren waste. This is getting really dark. Beyond dark. Ironic that I'm talking about this. Literally, the beautiful afternoon California sun is in my eye. It's a glorious day. Spring is in the air. The grass is green somehow, even though we don't have any water. And here I am, rewriting the Lion King movie with the help of Sartre. Just another Sunday. Just another Sunday. I think I'm just going to walk right to work. I think that's the plan. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good that I did this early. I like this. I like this new Josh. Getting ahead of the game. Getting ahead of the game. Is this enough? I think this is enough. This is enough. This is good.